I was watching another podcast, the Grocery Girls. Everyone, this is the Yarn Mews podcast, episode 12, I think.
Or something.
Yeah. And I'm Laura.
I'm Cecilia.
And we're in beautiful Three Kittens Needle Arts.
Yes.
And I just want to warn you, there's a lot of noise going on. It's construction noise.
Yay!
It's for our expansion.
Yay! It's so exciting.
Right on the other side of this wall, they're tearing things apart and building things and getting it all ready.
For us.
I know. So exciting. We're hoping, I mean, they keep telling us this is going to be true, that we'll be moving around the 22nd, 23rd, something like that of September. So
Hopefully.
Just over a month away.
Yes.
I know, so exciting. We're going to have a new office and
With heat.
Okay, you're going to have to let that girl, go girl.
I can't help it. It's the best part.
But the office has been framed out, and they cut the archway on the other side of the wall yesterday, and all sorts of fun
So
things.
if you come by and peek in there, you can see where the hole's going to be between the areas.
Yeah, so
It
we're
looks
very
really
excited.
nice. So
Yeah, and there'll be lots of things to do over the next month and a half, but we'll make it all work, and it'll be fabulous.
yes,
Yeah.
it's all going to be great.
Yeah.
And one of the things we've done, in case you haven't called the shop recently, we've gotten phone system put in. So now we got a little phone tree.
Thank you, Cecilia.
So make sure you listen.
Taking care of that.
Yeah, and you just hit 1 pound for needlepoint and 2 pound for yarn. And if you need to speak to the office, which is me, you hit 3 pound. But usually
And you can't talk to me, so don't even try.
No.
I'm just joking, really. I people can get you to me, but
It has to be transferred.
Yeah.
You have to pick one of those 3 options, basically, is how it works. So,
yeah.
yeah, but that's part of the whole new, getting all ready to, have everybody be in their own little areas and take care of you most efficiently.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, we're all still getting used to transferring people, so bear with us.
Yes.
You may get put on hold, and they get taken off hold, and somebody may say, let me try that again.
Yes.
So, just
Be patient with us.
'cause,
Thank you.
yeah, it's new for all of us.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So what you working on, Cecilia? This is a different project. You haven't had this here before.
I have long time ago. This is my
And look,
Janesville
you
Wrap.
match my shirt.
I do. That's because that's the same color you used in yours. Only I have this beautiful purple. Pressed
And
grapes.
mine was a charcoal color.
Yes.
I don't know the color name. Unlike Cecilia, who knows it's pressed green. Actually, I do know the color name. It's cast iron.
See?
Better than I know.
See? That's awesome.
This is Blue Sky Fibers.
Wool stock.
Wool stock.
I love wool stock.
Wool stock's a nice toothy wool, and
It's not too toothy.
it's not too toothy really, but it's not super soft, so it's going to hold up
Yep.
longer than, say, your 100% merino would.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So got it out because last night I finished up my shawl for
Yay.
my candlestick shawl.
You didn't bring it in?
It needs to be blocked.
Oh, okay.
Because it's that lacy stuff.
Yeah.
The last line, it says block aggressively. So I
You
finished.
do have to block aggressively with lace
Yeah.
because it looks like just kind of a mess.
Yeah, so it has this crinkly, lacy
Yeah.
thing going on. So I will block it and I'll bring it next time.
Cool. And did you say what the pattern is?
It's the Janesville Wrap.
Okay. You probably said it.
I said it.
I missed it.
Yeah, she doesn't listen.
No, well, I've got my own agenda.
Yeah, it's
All
true.
in my head.
It's true.
So, yeah.
Her own agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
trying to decide if I'm going to pull out my knitting or not. I haven't decided yet.
you haven't decided. It's a lot of work.
You want to see what I've been working on?
Yeah.
You want to see the progress I've made? It doesn't hardly fits in my bag anymore, and the big size of a Daisy Quilt bag sold after our podcast last week. So It's being
You have
stuffed
to
in a
get a hold of Sherry.
tiny little bag until I get hold of Daisy Girl and have them make a new one. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Hold on. Talk about something, Cecilia, while I fix these stitches that just
So,
came off my needle. This is wait a minute. Hold on. This is a really toothy yarn too, and look, the stitches didn't go away, so you don't even have to talk yet.
Oh, well, I was going to tell a story. That's okay.
Well, actually, I do have an issue. Go ahead.
So last night, my granddaughter was over. She's over a lot. She spent a lot of time at our house. And she said, Grandma, how's my sweater coming? I'm like, the green one? I'm like, what sweater? She's like, you know. I said, the green one? And she's like, yeah. And I said, I haven't even started it yet. And she's like, oh. I said, I'm a bad grandma. She's like, no, you're okay.
Oh, that's
I said,
sweet.
I promise I'll get it done this fall. I've been trying to finish up some other stuff. So I have to find the yarn.
She can't wear it now anyway.
Well, no, that wouldn't stop her from putting it on because she's a stubborn little cuss. And, you know.
All right, should I show
Somehow
this
got a
now?
yarn over in here. That's
Okay,
Yeah,
Cecilia's
show
got an issue with her
no, I just dropped
knitting,
it. It's
so
fine. I just went over.
here's my
and said
Straith
under.
and Drick. I've got almost 3 full repeats done now.
Wow.
I don't remember how many I have to have done before I do the arm side, but
Looks like a lot more. Because it's a big sweater.
I know. I have to measure. I haven't measured. I don't have the full pattern here, so I can't even check. I just have the chart with me.
You are supposed to measure your gauge and then
I will.
put your rows. No, not.
I know
when
how
it's
many rows this is because it's all charted.
Well, then you don't
it's
need
super
to measure.
easy. Okay,
Don't
I
measure
get what you're
really how
actually
many of
saying.
those.
I understand that you're saying not to take a tape measure out.
Yeah.
I get that. I've got everything written down.
Okay.
I have to do some calculations.
All
Is
right.
that better?
That makes me feel better. Yeah.
All right.
I don't want people thinking you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, so anyway, that's what I've been working on as I watch TV at night. It takes about 20 minutes per row, so there's a lot of knitting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, but it's
Yep.
looking good. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it looks nice.
So there you go.
I wanted to show this off because I finished
Oh,
this. I brought it over here so everyone can see it done. Ta-da!
Yay!
It's hanging around the shop so you can come in and look at it. I love it.
It's not as bubbly now that it's been
No.
blocked.
No, you block some of the bubbliness out of
Yeah.
it. Although you could leave some of it in there. I did not block this aggressively.
This is called Citron. It's a free pattern on Knitty.com. Knitty's a online e-zine.
Mm-hmm.
You can get to it probably most easily
Through Ravelry.
through Ravelry by typing in Citron,
Yep.
and then it'll do a direct
And
link to the
Tons
knitting
of
page.
people have made it, so you know it's good.
Yeah. Have we sold any Kids K's in order for somebody
I
to make
don't
it?
know. I didn't run the numbers. I hope
Yeah,
so.
I hope so too.
We have new colors of Kids Case just came in. So lots of beautiful colors.
Well, that's a good segue because our Rowan order came in for the fall, and we brought in more Rowan this year. Kind of feel like we're recommitting to Rowan, and we brought in three new yarns. Wait a minute, we brought in 3 new yarns.
3 new yarns.
3 new yarns, and we got. It's their 40th anniversary, so it's a big celebration, and a lot of the patterns in their books and magazines are made with felted tweed, and so we brought in a bunch of new colors of felted tweed and new colors of Kids K's.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So here are the new yarns. We got, here, I'll let you hold some. This.
This is Softyak DK. It's a cotton, yak, and I believe nylon blend. Yep.
Yep. So it's soft.
Nice cable construction, which I always
Cable
like.
construction.
Yeah.
Makes everything look so tidy.
Yeah. So very pretty, and I don't remember how many colors of this we got, but more than what we've got in our hands.
Yeah.
here.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sounds
9.
good.
8 or 9, something like that. All right, then we got this. which is Alpaca Classic, which I am very excited about.
It's such a pretty yarn up close.
Yes, it's soft. Yeah. It's alpaca and cotton.
It's got a nice halo, and that cotton in it. I don't know. You know, the alpaca and the cotton dye differently, so it's just got an interesting depth to it.
Yeah, it does.
Really pretty.
It's beautiful.
We don't have the samples yet. We have samples
They're coming
from Rowan, but they haven't shown up yet. But we do have the magazine and the books, which we'll show you in a minute.
And we got in Kid Classic, which I have been begging for us to bring this in because I love it. It's worsted weight, and it is, let me see, lamb's wool and mohair, which are two things I love.
You know, I think on their website they called it Aran weight, but I don't really think of this as an Aran weight at 18 to 19 stitches per 4 inches. Aran weight would be more like 16 stitches.
A perfect 4. Yeah. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
So, but that's only because of how they do it in Britain.
So have we talked about that
I would
on here
assume
before?
So. Yeah, I can talk about it again.
Talk about it again.
So in the UK, they don't have the same weight classes as we do. They have like fingering weight. They don't call it fingering; they call it 4-ply.
Even though sometimes it's not 4-ply.
That's because of the old. They come from the old terms. And then they've got DK, which goes from everything from fingering to like the middle of worsted. So, and then that starts the Aran weight. And so when you're looking at, you know, like your Rowan yarns, it might say right on there DK, and it might not be a DK. It might be a sport, or it might be what we would consider a worsted.
Yeah. This is Softyak DK, and it's 22 stitches per 4 inches, which is
a DK
in the Craft Yarn Council of America's classification, which is what we in the U.S. use.
So it can be very confusing, which is why it's really important to not go by what the little name brand kind of thing is. You can't just say, oh, it's worsted and all worsted is the same, because it most definitely is not. You have to go by what they're saying on the label for the gauge. That 18 to 19 is what you would, you know, you'd want to use this with. Yeah. And if you have a pattern that's calling for an actual true Aran that's, you know, 16, this is going to be too light probably for what you want to do.
Which, you know, we have another new yarn that we didn't bring over here, and I wish I could either get up and do the whole, I'm going to get up and walk out of the screen thing, or we can just tell you about it. Which should I do?
Let's just tell them about it, and we can always show it next time. Or they can just come in and see it live.
So we just got this new yarn in from Queensland Collection, which is an Australian brand, and it's called Brisbane. And it's a multicolored yarn. It's really pretty. On Ravelry, it's called an Aran. On the tag, it actually has a CA symbol for bulky. So we've put it in the bulky section, but the stitches per inch are 15 to 16.
It's right on the cusp.
Which is so close. I went back and forth. Do I put it in worsted because it's like almost perfect 16?
Yeah.
Or do I put it in bulky? I ended up putting it in bulky because of the CYCA symbol for bulky on the tag. But I think if we're ever, you know, if we ever have somebody coming in looking for a perfect 4, we got to remember that that's one of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it gets very confusing, honestly.
It does. I really wish CYCA, when they did their standardization, they had split up worsted and Aran. So they had an Aran that was 4 stitches per inch and a worsted that was 5 stitches per inch. That would have been really good.
Yeah.
But they didn't, so we're stuck.
Yeah.
We could make up our own little symbol. We could have Charles, Cecilia's husband's a graphic designer.
Yes.
We could have him draw one that's like the little skein picture, and then a half a skein. And we can call it Aran.
We could. We
It'd
could
be
do 4.5.
4.5.
So here's some of the book support. So this is the latest Rowan magazine, number 64.
It's their 40th anniversary, as I said before, which is the Ruby anniversary. So
Yes.
there's a lot of red.
Lots of red,
Lots
which
and lots of red.
always makes me personally happy. A lot of great patterns in here.
Do you want to show people instead of just looking at it
I want to
yourself?
find the one
The
we all
one?
loved. I know, the worst.
Is it red?
It is red. You know which one it is.
I don't know which one it is.
This one we're all like, we all want that. But it was there.
Oh,
This.
that? No, I didn't say that.
I love this. But look at that. That would be, of
It's
course,
super long. I mean, on this model, who's got to be at least 5'10", right?
I would
it's
think so.
Down to her ankles.
yeah, you'd
So-
have to make it, I'd have to make it way shorter. But it's so dramatic.
It's very dramatic. I saw it in person at TNNA.
And it's
And somebody put it on, and it was, yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's kid silk haze, which makes me all sorts of happy inside. But yeah, no, we got all sorts of things. We got like little scarves. We got some nice color work.
That's a K facet. Hold
Yep.
it closer so they can see it.
Cape is the best.
Yeah. Cape is great. If you don't know Cape Facet, you really should.
Yes.
He's a master colorist, I would say. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
color master, yeah.
color.
Not that he's a dyer.
No.
But he puts colors together
Yeah.
so amazingly.
And he does everything
Yeah.
with them. He does needlepoint. He does quilting. He does.
Yep.
I mean,
He's an American who had this kind of bohemian life growing up. His parents owned a restaurant in California.
Big Sur.
Yeah, that was like the place for people to go.
It was like an art colony
Yeah,
type
exactly.
of place. Yeah.
And then
I mean,
he moved to England as a young man, and he's been there ever since.
yeah.
And he's written lots of knitting books, lots of needlepoint books.
Lots of quilting books.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He is. So, this is another. This is actually made out of Kid Classic. Everyone would look fabulous in that. I'd make it a lot shorter, of course, because
Well, it would be down to your ankles
yeah,
or mid-shin.
yeah, because
anyway.
that's to her knees.
Yeah.
But there's all sorts of great stuff. Ooh, here's also a nice one. I like that one too.
Yeah.
Also Kid Silk Haze. So anyway, it's in. It's fabulous. Come on by. We bought extra because it is great.
It's a great magazine, yeah. Oh, and speaking of Cape,
Look, here's an entire one of Kaif's colors.
these patterns are all made out of, I believe, felted tweed.
It is felted tweed.
He had that one's amazing,
I love this checkerboard.
so pretty.
And
Yeah, so he has his own.
in Tarja,
You know,
this
they-
is my gig.
They developed colors with Cape for for felted tweed for this issue.
Yep,
So yeah, that's lovely.
it is lovely. And then we got this one, which is called New Vintage DK, which is also, I think, mostly felted tweed.
tweed. I think there's some Softyak DK in there. I think there's probably some.
Alpaca soft. Did we get alpaca?
No,
soft?
we didn't get Alpaca soft. It says on the front here, I think. Oh no, it doesn't. Never mind. But there's some pretty patterns in there too. You know, since it's a DK weight, you can pretty much.
You can use any of them.
Yeah.
Like that. That's very nice. Look how stylish she'd look. Everyone would look good. Look at her going to the beach, hanging out. Who doesn't go to the beach?
I really like this one. I know it's kind of plain, but I really like that one. Because that's my style.
Gray, boring.
Well,
Like
I wouldn't
Laura.
make it in gray. That color would not look good on me. It would wash me out so badly. It's not even fun.
And here's a nice little cable-y scarf thing that, you know, who wouldn't want that?
Yep.
That's nice. So, well, see, now this is what I like. Not that I would ever make this because that's too much stuff going on, but I like it.
Yep. And then the last book that we got was the new Arnie and Carlos.
New Nordic by Arnie and Carlos, who I adore. If you get a chance to go see them, you should because they are so delightful.
They'll be at Boat Knitting Live here in the Twin Cities, well, Minneapolis, in November, and they'll be the keynote speakers. I think it's Friday night.
I think it's Friday night. If you can get tickets to it, you should go because they are so sweet. It's very nice. I had a class with them at market, and it was fabulous. So, I'm like,
That's nice.
this is nice. Well, it's
Very
a
nice.
little cowl, if you like that. sort of
Stranded knitting.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
So, yeah.
lots of Rowan going on here right now. So come on in and take a gander.
Yeah. We can always help you with the patterns if you have issues because they are in British speak, so.
Yeah. I haven't looked at any of those Fair Isle type things to see if they're done in the round. A lot of times Rowan does their stranded knitting in
Flat.
back and forth flat, which makes no sense to me.
I don't understand.
Because you can't see what you're doing. I mean, if you're on the wrong side, you can't see how the pattern's supposed to be. So much easier if you're always knitting with the right side facing you because you can see what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're crazy people. They can't
So,
help it. They're
yeah.
British.
Well,
Now that I've insulted the entire country.
so I've been watching the TV or the Amazon show Vikings.
Okay.
At least I think it was originally on Amazon. I don't know. It was from like 2013.
No, it was originally on like USA or someplace
Oh,
like
I know.
that. Because I don't do Amazon and I could have watched Vikings when it's on, so.
I'm enjoying it, although it's basically a soap opera with lots of fighting and gore. And of course there's sex
Mm-hmm.
and backstabbing. And yeah, but it was interesting. The reason I brought this up is because the whole England thing. But it was interesting because I actually looked up last night the main character's name, and he was an actual king in, I can't remember if it was Sweden or Norway. I mean, you know, obviously back then they weren't those countries, but and all of his sons who are in the show,
Mm-hmm.
they gave them the same names and stuff, like Bjorn Ironside and
Nice.
Now, one of them I can't remember because he hasn't become a main character in the show because some of his sons are young in the show. One of them is, I think, Ivor the Boneless. And then there's, oh, I know which one that is. Oh, sure, I do, because he had one child that was deformed.
Ah.
His legs weren't completely. I mean, they just weren't. Yeah, boneless. I guess is a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
And then he had Sigurd Snake in the Eye, because one of them had a eye issue. I guess he and that wife.
Yeah, they
They
should
had
not
some
have been
bad genes.
They
or
should not have
something,
been
I don't
having
know.
babies, probably. Yeah.
But also, Bjorn's mother is Lagatha, who was a shield maiden, which is fighting woman, I guess.
Yep.
And in Viking times too. So that's it's kind of interesting. But anyway, back to the whole England thing. I don't remember what the insult was, but it kind of fit
Yeah.
the English people in this TV show. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a whole aside.
Sorry.
Whatever.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
We can't help it.
Yeah. So, moving on. We wanted to show you the beeswax collar. I just don't know if you can see it from there, so I'm going to hold it up. So Shelly made this. Look at how cool that is.
It's
It looks
beautiful.
like a beehive. And it's a class that's coming up soon, so, well, sometime this fall. Got most of the class schedule out last week. There's going to be some additions and changes, but if you get our newsletter, you will have seen those. But this is made out of Ultra Wool by Berroco, which is also new to us. Just came in, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Shelley's a very fast knitter.
She is. She is super fast. She doesn't really sleep. That's her secret.
Yeah, I don't sleep either, but it doesn't
But
mean
you
that I'm
waste-
up knitting.
You waste your time reading.
Yeah, reading or playing solitaire or
Yeah.
yeah.
Dinking around doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Me
But
too.
Anyway, it's really pretty.
It is beautiful.
And I think this yarn is really soft for not being a merino. It's nice.
It is very nice.
Superwash, so it'd be great for making an Afghan or a sweater for a child or what
Or
have
a
you.
sweater for you,
And
depending on how well you can take care
Berroco,
of
when
yourself.
yeah, Berroco, when I went and talked to them, said it is machine dryable as well. They worked really hard to make sure that it was machine dryable. Now, I know Shelley did not try that on this, and I would urge anybody who's doing a project out of it to make your gauge swatch and then wash it and dry it in the way that you plan on washing and drying it on a regular basis to make
Yes.
sure of that.
Yes.
But I think what we should do is maybe take that gauge swatch that we've made, maybe I should take it home and wash it in the machine,
You
dry it
should.
and just see.
Yeah.
Because then we can say for sure,
Yeah.
this
We
has been
know.
machine washed and dried and look how fabulous it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if it's not, we can say, hey, this is what'll happen if you put it in the dryer.
Don't do that.
Do you have a top dryer or a front load dryer?
I have dryer or
Dryer. Yeah.
dryer's never top load.
Oh, yeah.
You mean
sorry.
washing machines?
Yeah, I mean washing
I
machines.
have both. Because when we redid our laundry room, I wouldn't, and we got a front loader. I said, no, you're not taking that top loader away, and we put it in the basement. Because we have a little shower down there in the basement, so we were able to hook the water up and everything. And so then, if I need to felt something,
You got the
I got
equipment.
the right thing to do. Well, and also we use it for, when we had dogs, if they
You put them
had-
right in there, they spin around, cleans them right up.
No, but if they had
don't do
issues
that,
on their
please.
bedding, or we needed to wash their bedding or whatever,
Yeah.
it works better in that one. So.
Although that said, I have felted, well, I didn't personally do it. My husband felted a hat of mine in the front loader. So
Uh-huh.
it can happen,
Yeah.
trust me.
I remember, so I made this beautiful Rowan sweater in Tarja. Loved that sweater, and I used to, in this top loader washing machine, that's how I would wash my wool sweaters. Maybe this is why I don't wash them anymore, because this happened, but put it in there, and what I would I would fill it, then I'd put my item in there, and then I'd just spin it. Well, one time my top loader decided to do some agitation in there too, and I tried to catch it, but I didn't catch it quite early enough. I mean, it was just slightly felted, but it just was never the same to me.
No.
It just really made me so sad, because it was a lot of work, that sweater.
Yeah, that Antarctica sweater's a lot of work.
Yeah. Oh well.
So,
C'est la vie. I probably have that sweater still someplace. I think I probably kept. I mean, I've kept most of the sweaters I've knit.
Treadle's having a class this fall of
Upcycling stuff.
upcycling your sweaters.
Oh, interesting.
So if you've got a sweater that's not working out for you anymore or whatever, they'll show you how to
Interesting.
alter it so you can make it into a different piece of clothing
Yeah.
or into mittens or whatever. So
Cool.
I was thinking about taking it.
I'll have to look and see, because
Because if you do that, it would be
Yeah.
awesome, because then
I
you
also
still
have
have
a-
the work. And
I also have a Fair Isle sweater that I did back in the early '90s, and it's got the sleeves that go like this, and then so.
Oh.
I will never wear that sweater again, unless I, took a sewing machine and sewed the
Well.
angle, which I could do, but it's a little small for me now too. So.
Well, bring it.
But I could-
Maybe you could do it.
I
as
could make it
thing.
into mitts.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. You should take the class.
Maybe. We'll see. Treadle, by the way, is Treadle Yard Goods. It's a fabric and sewing store in St. Paul.
They're-
and they're fabulous.
They're awesome. We love them.
Yes, we do. Cecilia and I have taken classes there together, and we have a great time.
Yep. I sent my granddaughter there this summer, and even though she was surly after the first couple days, they still were really good with her. So, yay, Treadle! She's going through a phase. I don't know.
Entering those teenage years at age
Nine? Nine seems
Yeah.
really young for teenage years, because they last a long time with girls. Not you, because you had a perfect girl, but most people don't have Emily.
Yeah, the only thing with Emily was, traveling places that had natural disasters going on.
Yeah, But that wasn't her fault.
No. She wasn't boy crazy or into drugs or.
She wasn't surly, I bet, because she doesn't strike me as a surly type.
You know, occasionally, I guess, but not very often. Yeah. Also, I should show you guys the new Round Mountain colors. So
got here yesterday.
Yeah, I know we've shown you Round Mountain colors before, but I'll just tell you again. We get their club colorways each month. They have ornithology club, so bird related, entomology club, so insect related, and botany club, plant related. So I'll just show you them, and they're all 100% merino fingering weight. This is the entomology club for August. It's called Harnessed Tiger Moth. It's pretty, isn't it? And this is the botany one, and it's called Wood Lily.
It's very bright, like that.
It's orange and stuff.
And stuff.
I don't know, browns. And
it's that
kind of
russet color.
Yeah, that's a good description. And then the last one is the ornithology club, and this is Red Pole.
Which I nice too.
Really pretty.
Yep. Red Pole, Pole.
Yeah. You know, I have pictures of all of the. She always posts on her Facebook page, so Round Mountain Fibers Facebook page, what the club colorways are and their associated animal or plant or
whatever
insect.
Their inspiration.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So it'd be interesting to go and see what this is.
It would.
Also, we should talk about prizes, because last time I had forgotten to draw the prize winner. It was Leslie Parton. Leslie knows it already, and I hope she's already come and picked up her thing, because that's not it.
No.
I already picked something. I don't remember what it was, but it's in a bag in her hold bin if she hasn't picked it up. And then the prize this next week is going to be this lovely skein of mulberry silk, hand painted. It's called Mana, and it's by Araucania.
It's so gorgeous.
No, it's really pretty.
That yarn is so beautiful.
Really pretty color, and it is a worsted weight. So you can make a little hat or some mitts or something out of this.
It would be so nice to be like a little silk scarf.
It's got 220 yards. I mean, it's got plenty of yards for a scarf. So.
Especially if you made a lacy one.
Yeah.
Or a little ascot. I love ascots.
And thank you again to our yarn rep, Janine.
Janine, she's the bomb.
Who reps for Euro Yarn. She gave us this. So, what else do we have to talk about? Anything? Events coming up. The only event we got coming up right now is Vogue Knitting Live, where we'll have a big booth.
Well, once we get over into the new space in October, we're going to have a party.
Well, I believe so. I have not confirmed that with my business partners. So.
We're going to have a party. I don't care. We're going to have a party and celebrate.
Yeah.
So exciting.
We want to have a grand reopening, and I'm sure we'll know more the closer we get to the actual move date when we'll be able to do that. It won't be right by the move date. It'll probably be a couple weeks later.
Yes.
And
there'll be delicious treats.
Oh my gosh, you're just planning it all, aren't you?
I want to have.
There may be nothing, and maybe you just come in and buy all the stuff.
Or
we'll do something.
It'll be cupcakes, because I love cupcakes, because they're perfect. They're little bits of cake.
Yeah, there might be some beverages.
Beverages are always delicious.
There might be some hors d'oeuvre type things. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There might be door prizes. I know that's probably what you're interested in. So.
There'll be door prizes.
Yes.
We're going to have so much fun.
I would think so.
Trying to work on getting a trunk show to come in, and we do have a trunk show right now. Not all of it's out because she didn't send me prices for one of the items, so but it's from Fairy Tale Knits, and they're beautiful. We got the mini skeins out and her merino, 100% merino called Queen's Fingering, And
What's Hercules sock?
Hercules sock
one that we don't have
is
out yet.
Cordale.
Oh, Corriedale.
Yes.
And nylon?
as its
Nice.
sock. And so
Nice.
that's the one we're waiting on.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, she does a great job with her hand eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
more to come. That'll be
Excellent.
through the 26th of August. 'Cause she's
Yes,
got
right.
a show that she has to get her stuff back for, so
Okay,
beginning
cool.
of September. So,
Cool.
so
Oh,
come
you know-
in.
You know what we didn't do with this door prize?
We didn't
I
award
just
it to
really
somebody.
like this. No, we can't award it yet.
Oh. Oh.
I really like this color. I might just keep it for myself. No, but seriously, we need to think of something that they have to do in order to enter. How about this? How about you make any kind of comment
Anything.
on our YouTube channel? I don't care what it's about. You can say, I love your podcast. You can say, I hate your podcast. But you have to somehow make it look like that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
How you're saying it.
Yeah.
You can tell us something that you'd like us to talk about. We're, you know, it'd be great if we had some educational aspect every single time for this podcast. Like today, we talked about British weights of yarn.
We did.
But, you know, sometimes we don't think of those things. But if you have something that you really like us to discuss, and we feel qualified to do that, or we'll
I
do
know
a little
everything. I'm
research,
qualified.
or we'll do a little research for you.
way.
That would be great. You can say things like, I loved your sweater, which is what a couple of people said last time. By the way, that was Stop and Go by Laura Bryant. The yarn was Prism Windward, which we have clearanced out. We may have a few skeins left on our deals and steals section of our website. And we may have a copy of the pattern still in the store, but if not, it's available on Patternfish. It is not available on Ravelry, so you have to go to Patternfish. I don't know why she doesn't put it on her stuff on Ravelry. I just really don't know.
Does she have a problem with them?
I have no idea. I don't know. Anyway,
I love Ravelry.
let's see, what else could they say?
They could say,
They could say, wow, you guys look so much better this week. And then I could reply, that's because we have new special lights.
yeah, it's like a big studio in here.
Yeah.
It's fancy
Fancy schmancy.
or something. Hopefully we sound okay and we look okay
Yeah.
and
But I think that's about it for today.
yeah.
It may be a shorter one, although, who knows, I may end up finding out that we're still around 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens.
Did we pick for last week? So that was Leslie?
Yeah. And remember I said it's in the
Oh.
cabinet up there?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry.
I know I'm confusing you because I had brought a second skein of yarn out,
Yeah.
thinking I hadn't. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
No, that was
the time before. So Leslie,
Yeah.
you already got your prize. This one,
I knew that wasn't
Okay.
right.
this one is for Monica Weiss or Weiss. I'm not sure how you say your
Yes.
name. This one's for you.
Yes.
And it is Araucania lujoso, which is an alpaca, mulberry silk, and merino blend. And it is
Beautiful.
a worsted weight, 164 yards. So once again, enough to make a hat.
You know what's
Monica,
interesting?
this is yours.
Look at these compared. Just put them real close. Those are both considered worsted weight. Look how much more puffy that one is than this one.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Too much in worsted.
Well, and this one is very loosely spun, so it's
Yeah.
very lofty. This one is very tightly spun.
Yeah.
So it's not.
But it is it's an interest. That would be a fabulous hat.
Yes.
That would be a great hat.
How many stitches per inch is that one? This one is 16 to 20. I think that's what that one was.
This is 16 to 20. That's
Yeah.
a huge range.
Yep, it is.
Mhm.
That's the whole worsted range right
Yep.
there.
So
All right, well, I think we're going to
we
end.
better go. We don't know what
Yeah.
we're doing.
But I like the
Chaos.
way we all kind of blend together because, you know, the green and blue always go
Yes.
together. And then we throw in some turquoisey bits.
Yep,
Yeah.
looks fabulous.
Yeah, it
Yes,
does.
no, Charles told me to wear this today.
You wanted some more color on you?
No, I said this one or this one. He's like, that one because it's brighter and it'll look better on camera. So
There you go.
he's got a degree in art, so I have to go with him.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank
we'll see
you.
you again in a couple of weeks.
Be seeing you. Bye.